Hey everybody, this is Mrs. Yeagle and my big old dog that you just saw. I want to read to you chapter 20 of The Darkest Hour. So this starts on page 234. In my lucid moments, I sew together my last shreds of sanity and come up with an escape plan. I'm sure Harkin would never approve of it. He'd call it weak on a good day and desperate on any other, with a survival chance of about 0. But it's the only plan that I've got. So I wait. Dinner is served, a plate of corn mush and some sort of meat that has been cooked until it's lost all flavor. But I swallow every bite of it. I can't cause a scene. When the plate is empty and my stomach full, I wait for Dr. Knock to arrive for my morning session. But it's Nurse Kieser who strides into my room instead, ready to administer my next dosage. My heart sinks. I spent hours waiting, but Dr. Knock doesn't even show up. But I decide to launch my escape plan anyway. Once that needle hits my arm, I might fall completely under the Nazis' clutches. It takes all of my willpower to pull back an edge of the serum's haze. Good day, Nurse Kieser. She ignores me and gets about her work, checking my pulse, shining a light in my pupils, taking a peek down my throat. She rubs my forearm with alcohol before she readies the syringe. It's now or never. But what was my escape plan? It has already slipped through my fingers. Stay still, Nurse Kieser grunts as she presses the needle against my skin. Wait! What for? I struggle against the straps, but Nurse Kieser squeezes my arm and shoves in the needle. The serum surges through me, but I feel no pain from it. My body must have adjusted to the dosage, because now a calm sigh falls out of my lips. The last scraps of my plan fade into nothing. Not that it matters. Another minute passes, and I don't even remember why I told Nurse Kieser to wait in the first place. I close my eyes, ready to drift off into a dreamless oblivion. Nurse Kieser's footsteps thud toward the door just as someone else comes into the room. What are you doing here, girl? Nurse Kieser barks. The girl answers, Dr. Knock sent me. The sound of that voice forces me to open my eyes. I've heard it before. Where, though, I can't recall. Nurse Kieser snorts. He did he? You're welcome to check with him if you'd like. I certainly will. Come with me. I blink toward the door and almost choke at what I see. A girl with dark hair slams the heel of her hand into Nurse Kieser's throat, fast as a snake. Nurse Kieser clutches at her neck, and the sounds coming out of her mouth are gasping and terrible. She tries to call for help, but the girl swings a leg through the air and clips Nurse Kieser's temple. The older woman collapses onto the floor, her head smacking the tile with a dull plunk. The girl approaches my cot, and I notice she's wearing a loose men's jacket over plain trousers. Whoever she is, I'm sure I'm her next victim. I want to scream for Dr. Knock, but the serum is ready to take me under. Don't be afraid, the girl says softly. From her pocket, she pulls out a syringe that's filled with a silver liquid rather than the usual gold. I wrench my wrist against the restraints. Dr. Knock, I say, but it's nothing but a whisper. She jabs the needle into my calf, and my back arches up so fast that I might snap in two. Then my body crashes back onto the cot, and I start shivering all over. I have no idea what this girl has injected into me. Poison? Whatever it is, it's the exact opposite of Dr. Knott's serum. Ice instead of fire. The girl's face hovers over mine. You'll get warmer. Give it a few minutes. What? My teeth chatter so violently I can hardly get a word out. What was in that? I point a shivering finger at the empty syringe. I gave you something to clear your head. Or something to kill me, more likely. This girl broke into my room and knocked out Nurse Kieser. But if she wanted me dead, she should have strangled me by now. Another minute sweeps by and my blood Along with it, my mind starts clearing too, as if a giant hand has brushed away the fog that Dr. Knock lovingly planted there. I blink up at the girl with new eyes. Not just any girl. Sabine. We don't have much time, she tells me. I'll undo your restraints, but don't move too quickly. I'm sure your legs aren't used to walking, and the antidote might make you nauseous. Antidote? The injection I gave you. Knox keeps a few vials of it in his office. You'll likely need another dose at some point, but too much of it at once could stop your heart. My teeth stopped chattering, and the goosebumps that had sprouted over my skin disappear. As my mind continues clearing, a memory returns of Sabine and me in this room, of her confessing that she chose to work for the Nazis. My eyes narrow at her. Is this one of Dr. Knock's tests? I wait for Sabine to finish loosening the straps around my arms before I grab her by the neck and squeeze. Did Dr. Knock put you up to this? Did he? Are you mad? She rasps. Her fingernails scrape across my skin, but I refuse to let go until I get answers from this traitor. I tighten my grip, fueled by the fury that has been locked away tight from the serum. But now the anger runs fresh through me, and I dig my fingers deeper into her neck. Let's see if your beloved Dr. Noct comes to your rescue now. Do you even feel guilty for what you've done? Murdering Major Harkin? Desperate sounds come out of her throat, but I don't care. You might as well have killed Tilly and me, too. I had no choice. You always had a choice. My brother. I'm sure you've made him proud by what you've done. Jean-Luc. A cramp travels up my arms. I'm out of breath after being strapped to my cot for who knows how long, but I won't release her, although that doesn't silence Sabine. Jean-Luc! A vein bulges in her forehead, and her entire face has turned red. Is dead. My grip weakens, and she uses that to wrench away from me. She doubles over at the foot of the cot, coughing until her throat grows hoarse. He's dead? The Germans let him die, she gasps. She's lying. That's my first thought. But as I watch Sabine struggle for breath, I don't know what to think. Her eyes are rimmed red like she's been crying all night. How? I say. Pneumonia. When? She looks away. I don't know when it happened. Weeks ago, maybe. I found the telegram after I snuck into Knock's office. He kept promising he'd give me proof that Jean-Luc was alive and well. Her eyes brim with new tears, which she swipes away with the back of her hand. He lied to me. Is that why you've come here? Now that Jean-Luc is dead, you think I'll forgive you? No. Then what do you want? I came here to help you escape. Just like that, Jean-Luc is gone, and now we're friends again? I did what I did for my brother. I never said I thought it was right. Her brows cross, and somehow she wipes clean the anguish from her face. We don't have much time. Are you coming or not? I look at her, then at the door. She killed Harkin in cold blood. She betrayed Tilly and me, and I remind myself that this could all be an elaborate ruse for Dr. Knox to test my loyalties. I don't trust her or him one bit, but if she's truly trying to help me escape, how can I turn her offer down? Tell me when you turned against us, I say. Why does it matter? You know why. She releases a tense breath through her nostrils. After we parted ways en route to Dorner's drop-off, I didn't know it at the time, but the Nazis had been following me since my arrest in Cherbourg. They noticed me as a potential agent, but they decided to let me go to see where I'd lead them. Recognized you? How? When they captured Jean-Luc a month ago, they interrogated him, and eventually he broke. Her features cloud over. He confessed to them what little I'd told him about covert ops, and then the Germans discovered the photo of him and me that he kept in his pocket. They circulated my picture across France. Why didn't they capture both of us together? Because we were with Dorner, and they needed one of us to shepherd him to the boat so he could infiltrate the SOE. And they knew that if they arrested me first, they had leverage to get me to turn on covert ops. A life for a life. The Nazis held Jean-Luc hostage and used him to get to Sabine. But now Jean-Luc is gone, I say hollowly. She sends me a look as sharp as the dagger she polished in the weaponry. You would have done the same for Theo. Don't deny it. Betray my country? My friends? I didn't have much of a choice. Her cheeks heat. Are you satisfied, or do you wish to keep chatting? The latter. Why didn't Dr. Knock give you the serum? I'm not American or British, and those are the countries the Nazis want to infiltrate with double agents. Because you already are one. Her mouth shrivels. Make your choice. Stay here if you want. Dr. Knock has plenty more of that serum set aside for you. But if you want the chance at escape, then you'll need to come with a traitor like myself. I measure what she's told me against the doubt lodged in my heart. If this is one of Dr. Knock's little schemes, he'll be sure to punish me for listening to Sabine. More syringes, more serum, more straps to hold me down. But all of that will be coming for me anyway if I stay. Dr. Knock will stop at nothing until I become his obedient pet. I may not like putting my life in Sabine's hands, but I see no other way out. The decision made, I undo the restraints that choke my ankles and rub the feeling back into them. I'll go, but we can't leave without Tilly. Sabine doesn't even blink. Follow me. I know where she is being held. Time for chapter 21.